Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in this corner, one Bob Iger, joined by tons of wokey wokes. And in the other corner, we have one Ike, the Spike Perlmutter, along with Nelson Peltz. It's on. The soul for Disney is at hand, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's
Boys
get ready
and
to.
girls. That's right.
Let's get ready to.
Get ready to rumble. It's on. That's right. Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. We've got an epic Game of Thrones going on right now in the back doors of Disney. We're going to get to that. That's the main topic of the program and whatever else you guys bring to us. Hello and welcome to Midnight's Edge After Dark. I am Tom Connors. With me is one of my partners in crime, my brother, and I mean this in all sincereness because he adopted me. Mexican Iron Man. How you doing, Mikey?
Yep. Hello, I'm here, people. I'm here for the Rumble in the Disney Castle Jungle.
Castle Jungle. It's Rumble in the Castle Jungle. That's right. Tonight, it's going to be the fight of the century, folks.
As predicted, as discussed, we've seen this coming for arguably 2 years. I remember it was about a year ago. I said, Chapek better hurry up. And I want to find the clip of me when I said back in the beginning of last year where I said Chapek needs to hurry up and get his shit together and make some action or he's going to be in trouble. And lo and behold, he was in trouble. He's gone. And now the fun is just beginning. But wait, Tom, we have another special guest in addition to our special guest of Club and Culture tonight.
You know what? I'm sure he hears me right now. He can wait just for a moment because I'm going to introduce him right proper.
Okay, I'm going to get him. I'll go in the back and get him all oiled up.
You do that. Up. Get him all nice and oiled up.
Get him all oiled up.
Because we also have joining us tonight, Clobbering Times. How are you doing, good sir? Are you muted? I think Clobby's muted. He doesn't realize it.
Doesn't say he's muted on the dashboard.
No, I know on his mic. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Or something just happened to his computer.
And our next guest.
Okay, so we'll come back to Clobby. Clobbering Times, you can find his channel. It's a great channel. He does comic book talk and all kinds of cool pop culture stuff. We love having Clobby here. Also joining us tonight, one of our money men, as we call them, Culture Casino. How you doing?
I don't feel all that money or man. Well, I mean, I feel like a man, but not all kinds of.
You're anyway, a Muppet of a man.
I am, but I am. I am the very model of a modern major general. Clobby's gone. Bye, Clobby.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He had a computer glitch.
I'm excited to be here. I'm here for it when it comes to this battle royale, as you were basically intimating there with the announcement. But I'm very, very excited. And again, our special guest is all getting oiled up by Mike, apparently. So
that's right. And our guest, I don't want to make him wait too much longer because I won't have to set all this up now. That's the beauty of it. But the short version, before we get too far, as I pointed out with my little intro, is Nelson Pence and Train come out swinging at Disney with names. What did I say?
Pence.
Did I say Pence? Jesus Christ.
Well, he's an idiot too.
We were talking about Trump before. That's why I did that. And as you see, this is written by one Jonas Campbell. So ladies and gentlemen, making his debut on Midnight's Edge After Dark proper, Mr. Jonas J. Campbell. How you doing?
Yay.
Hello. I saw the pumpkin spice latte signal.
Better than a candy corn signal, I guess.
I figure since Mexican Iron Man got the taco signal, I should pick something thoroughly Caucasian.
What?
Ooh. I used to work with a guy that had that as a ringtone. Yeah.
So yes, welcome to the program and tell us what in the world is going on with this little corporate Game of Thrones, or I should say not little at all, corporate Game of Thrones in all sense of the matter, happening over at Disney. Because basically from what I can tell here, these men are going after the head of the king, and the kingdom is in ruins, and they don't have the army to be ready for this war right now. What's going on here?
Well, there's a flurry of SEC filings that happen every few days few days or so on the on Edgar, which is the SEC's site. Anyways, Peltz and Trian are putting out anything they can to try to get a foothold here at Disney, and they have focused their fight to one board seat, and they have chosen. I keep trying not to say Abe Froman, but it's Michael.
No.
Michael Froman, right?
Right.
Last name is Froman, and he's on the Disney board. He's a Citigroup guy. He has international ties. The main complaint that Disney is putting forward about Nelson Peltz and why, this man should never have a board seat, is that he has no entertainment experience. Well, Froman, the specific name he's going after, said, well, I want his seat. That guy has no international experience. Sorry, he has no entertainment experience outside of his time at Disney, which it's not that uncommon, honestly, on these less senior members of the board. Mike, Mexican Iron Man, you can probably speak to that better than I can.
Yeah, well, the thing about the seat that he's going after is that gentleman's company, CityCard. Guess who their two largest institutional shareholders are?
If I had to guess, I would say BlackRock, just a shot in the dark. BlackRock and maybe Vanguard.
Bing, 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 bing.
They are so talkative about everyone else's money that they're holding on to.
Welcome back, Clobby.
Sorry, man. The computer went out on me, buddy.
No worries. We figured.
Brand new one.
So what you have here is that, and it's something we talked about on the WDW Pro channel on the video, but there are three entrenched positions that are entrenched by BlackRock, arguably one or two that are influenced by Vanguard. To say that Peltz isn't a good candidate is absolutely ridiculous, because he has a track record, and I don't have the numbers handy right in front of me, but it is absolutely a track record of, I believe, between 600 and 800 basis points, depending on the company, of the stock improvement measured against the S&P 500 whenever he and his people get on a board and start doing the work. So it's funny to me to say that this guy is not an experienced, because if you're on the board, if I'm on the board, let's say Tom's our chairman of the MEAD board of directors of Midnight Edge After Dark, and the rest of us are just board members, and Jonas wants on, and Jonas has a track record of every time Jonas comes on, the number of subs or the number of live viewers or whatever, it's 600-800 more than it normally is against the average. And that's
if I'm the boss, we're taking vacation from January 31st every year to December 31st of every year, just so you know.
That sounds fantastic.
Well, no, the channel still needs to get paid. But that sounds fun. But this is hilarious. And the thing is that he only wants one board seat, and he doesn't want two. And Jonas, this is a shareholder. Or anybody can jump in on this comment. But that has $1 billion of Disney stock. So if you're on the board and one of your shareholders says, "Hey, I got $1 billion of your stock, worth of your stock," I might think that I might give this guy a little bit of consideration, right? Maybe.
And with this proxy fight, it's very likely that he has the support of a lot of people who are not currently pleased with how Disney is running. That's the whole point of the proxy fight.
Okay, yeah, so let's get to that point exactly. So for those who may not have understood any of that stuff, I'm going to try and translate like C-3PO would. Not very well. There's a fight going on, not to take down your article there. I don't mean to be
you're
rude
fine.
in any way. But you're right, because for a while there, this whole Pence, I almost said it again, Pence thing again. This whole Peltz thing was, before it was kind of like, oh, just don't listen to him. He's like a mosquito. Well, now this mosquito has turned into a fly, who is now in turn turned into, whatever the next biggest pest you can have in your house, whether it be a rat, mouse, bat, what have you. And now, you've got headlines like this where they're literally saying Disney board urges shareholders to ignore activist investor Nelson Peltz's proposals. If you got headlines like that
In Variety of all places,
Variety of all places,
this is not Forbes. This is not Fortune.
this takes us right to our thumb right here. It's like nothing to see here. Move along. They might as well bring out Frank.
Now, here's where it gets dramatic, and I'm not sure if it was in the Variety article or Jonas's article, but they actually have cards, and they're different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Jonas, you want to jump into that real quick?
Well, all of the Disney filings say if you get a card, I think it's yellow or beige or whatever it is, if you get a card that has any of these Nelson Peltz proposals on it, throw it away. Does that sound simple enough?
Yeah.
Don't read it.
So
it could be hazardous to your health.
Right. So I'm a Disney shareholder, so I'm going to get one of these cards in the mail. I should, anyways, if it's sent to the correct address.
Okay. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead here, but this guy's whole campaign that he's basically running on with this, it is ingenious as fuck. For those who don't know, his basic line running with this is bring the magic back to Disney.
Yes.
Yep, not to give the guy a free plug, but his website is restorethemagic.com.
Or restore the magic, yeah.
His handles are at @restorethemagic. I'm not trying to give him any more clout here. And as much as I would love to see a shakeup at Disney right now, because I'm kind of sick of what they're doing, but he's been gunning for a seat. He not publicly stated, the first public instance that is known of him campaigning for a seat was back when Chapek and him were at Disneyland Paris at the Hotel New York. There's some debate because it's the Hotel New York in Paris. But he's been gunning for that. And the closer he gets to the seat, it correlates with all of the desperate actions by the board, like the firing of Chapek and the replacement of Susan Arnold with Mark Parker. There's just a little too much in common here with Nelson Peltz getting a little closer to power and a big move on behalf on the part of the Disney board.
How serious is it? This guy got his own website up.
So Culture.
This is actual website.
I was gonna say, Culture, you've been quiet here for a little bit. You're on one of my money men here, and I know you're what I would call, I guess, an investor of sorts. What is your take on this whole thing so far, from what we've been told?
Well, Mike's already pointed it out, and so is Jonas. He's not out there on an island all by himself. He's not on a life raft. You have many reasons that people are looking at Disney right now as running in the wrong direction. And so, I am looking at it as somebody who would put money into this company again, in the right circumstances, if they change directions. Right now, they need to move on from, social engineering and get back to being a family corporation where investors feel comfortable and families feel comfortable in spending time. So Peltz is, like I said, he's not out there on an island. He's not out there on a raft. He has supporters. He has the direct phone number for many people. Perhaps he will call Thiel, however you want to say his name. Maybe he'll reach out to other couple of folks.
Well, he has a very powerful friend in Ike Perlmutter, right?
He does, and maybe some other folks that have enough swing, that are still in positions of power within the company, that maybe they're with some leverage on their part and possibly some disclosures that would be less than flattering to Iger, might be able to bully Peltz onto this board. But it's going to take a lot of votes. And if you have Disney actively campaigning everywhere, including the trades, you know how serious this is. I would be wonderful. My question is going to be, and I'm wondering this, of the two gentlemen here that I know would be paying attention to this, Jonas and Mike, who do you suspect would also be in the correct corner here? Because it's not, it's not going to be obviously the slightly darker shade of rock or the guarded van people, the people that guard vans. Who else would they be able to drag into this conversation that would have enough influence and financial clout to make this thing happen? Because really, I mean, this is being done because of a loss of a board seat in Susan Arnold. Susan Arnold came out of DuPont. Nelson Peltz has a history with DuPont. Mike has talked about that for quite some time. And the only failure I've ever seen Peltz suffer, as far as making his way onto a board, was with DuPont, and that was still a win for him financially. So would you guys like to shed any light on that? Or
I'd like to venture a guess and then have Mike correct me if I'm wrong. The last time I talked to a Morgan Stanley person, they said they had zero investment in China due to the rocky nature of Wall Street investments in China and the fact that you don't actually own stock in a Chinese company when you own a Wall Street stock. That's a complicated thing that don't want to get into.
Sure.
But I think Morgan Stanley might be a company that is less interested in this ESG stuff. And might be a good one if they could get them behind Trian and Peltz. That'd be pretty good. Mike, please come in and enlighten all of us.
I agree with you, and you've got other things happening too, which is that you've had BlackRock issue some layoffs. This is not exactly the strongest time for some of these woke ass investment funds either, because Vanguard has been pulling out of some of its ESG initiatives. That's been announced in 2 separate press releases in the last few months. You've also got the recent announcement that BlackRock dropped, I believe, between 3 and 8% of its staff, 5%, something like that.
Wow.
They dropped 500 people in its main investment office. So the Peltz needs to make this move, and there is no other company on the planet. It's fascinating when he made his case on the CNBC appearance, when he was on camera. The comment that he made about Disney, which is something he made a comment that we all know to be true, but not everyone, most people don't know to be true, which is that he said Disney isn't just a company, an entertainment company. It's not just a parks company. It's not just a theme parks company. It is a worldwide consumer company that affects, I believe the word he used was, that affects culture and many walks of life for many people around the globe.
Absolutely.
Right, Jonas? So this is where the battle needs to be fought. This is the front lines, and it's like exactly like Tom said. It's some Game of Thrones level shit where we're like ramping up. I mean, literally, it's like winter is coming, and we've got poor little Jon Snow over here, which I'll call our Nelson Peltz, trying to meander his way through, and I don't know. This is going to be fascinating because he does have his case. I mean, the website, I've been flashing these 3 screens up. Trian's case for change at Disney, despite Disney's share price peaking in 2021 and trades near its 8-year low. That's just one of the slides he has. I mean, so when you go to page 1, this is what pops up. Despite being one of the most advantaged global consumer entertainment companies, that's the word he used. Most advantaged global consumer entertainment companies. Yeah. Shareholder return has underperformed over up to last 10 years, 116% the S&P 500. So.
Well, and clearly he wants to make money. He wants the company getting back to what Disney originally stood for. And I don't see that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, if you make cola or soda, like your whole thing is, you want to get people to drink your soda, right? If you're a family entertainment company, you want families to watch your entertainment. Right. And if you're alienating families, then that's a problem, especially for the major investors. And like I said, this is my viewing of it so far, and I'm curious to get Klobby's take on it from an outside observer too, like myself. But basically, here he is starting out. Peltz is just this annoying mosquito, and they're like, just ignore him, just ignore him. He'll go away. He'll go away. And then, and then it's like, he just keeps bugging. He's like, what is that noise? Never mind. Just ignore it. Ignore it. No, it's not a problem. Ignore it. Don't bother. Don't. And now all of a sudden it's a predator in the room, right? That's what it's become here, is you have somebody who's ready to take this to the next level. He's got people behind him. I hear you guys keep saying, he's not alone on an island. That tells me exactly what I was saying before, is he's amassing an army, and you have Iger who's standing at the halls of Disney's, gates, looking at the kingdom in ruins right now, trying to figure out how to piece this place back together with his back to the war that's really coming. And they're trying to ignore it and treat it like it's nothing. And then we lost Klobby again, just as I was trying to bring him into the conversation. Call darn him and his darn computer. Sorry, Klobby. Hopefully you'll be back soon. He's been having issues all night long with that. But so yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to comment on my stupid outsider normie take on this.
No, That's all correct, because it started as it started with a lunch, and now here we are. We have the largest pure entertainment company in the world falling all over themselves to try to fix this. Nelson Peltz has a history of winning proxy fights. I think
Yes.
of the 4 that I read about, he won 3 soundly, and usually by the company just giving up and giving him a board seat. But also Iger is in a good position right now because the stock price is going up, making it harder for outside parties to invest in the company. It's much easier to buy shares when they're $90 when you need to buy $1 billion worth, as opposed to, I think it's at 112. The last I checked, it might have even changed.
They had a down close. I didn't get a chance to catch the final price, but
Well, good.
Yeah.
I want to see a shakeup, and I would rather this company not take their audience for granted.
Speaking of not taking the audience for granted, while we're waiting for Klobby to make his return, let's see what the audience is saying, guys. What do you think?
Let's do it. There's some fiery
Let's
comments in
do
chat.
it. Pinochet's Helicopter Tours is here, and he says, a war for Disney sounds analogous.
A war for Disney sounds analogous to fighting
Analogous.
a war over
Okay, thank
a
you. That's
pile
what
of poo.
He said anal. To fighting over a war over a pile of poop. No matter who wins in the end, it's just a pile of shit. You're welcome, Tom. Sorry about that. These green ones are all fuzzy on my screen, so it's hard to read them.
I call dibs on the green ones.
You can read them from now on, Michael. Please do. Yeah, kind of. I get what you're saying here, but at the same time, no. I feel like Disney is still a diamond that can be cleaned off and polished up. There is 100 years of legacy attached to this company, right? There's some bad times to it, but if you erase the last, dozen years or so from Disney's existence, you'll be fine. Just kind of get it back to where it was when it was the biggest entertainment company on the planet only 2 decades ago, or roughly, and it's not that hard to do. They've done it a couple times now, but it can be fixed. It's just going to take the right people to do it. What do you guys say to that?
Yeah, Disney has had succession problems in the past, but they have a really good way of glossing over it and acting like they knew what they were doing the entire time.
Right. I mean, even you take the best with the worst of it, like with, the Eisner years, for instance. I mean, he helped bring that company back. I mean, granted, he helped put it in the position it's in now, but there was a moment in time where it looked like Disney was back where it was. And, Iger came in that atmosphere, but Culture is somebody who, I'm sure was a huge person of interest in that era of Disney, because that's where you come from. And
Eisner brought along a recovery, right? There was Jonas alluded to the major succession problem that Disney's had. And that was probably the most stark. That was the most stark period there was, that particular time leading into Eisner. I mean, we were looking at possible ownership by a Japanese company. Disney would have not been an American company any longer. They were in very, very rough shape. Eisner, of course, came in and kind of reinvigorated things, but he didn't do it alone. And this is always is a conversation that I like to have, because he came in with a creative partner and also several other creative heads who went on to actually go against him later on when he, started to behave like an idiot. It's just that particular moment, and I believe it was Mr. Miller that was there prior to Eisner, and he didn't have a head for running the company.
That was the guy who was going to piece it out and sell it, right? Or was that one of the other guys?
Miller was a son-in-law of Disney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was the guy then that was right in that same era who was going to basically destroy Disney by piecing it out and selling? I can't remember. He came just before then.
The guy before Eisner?
Well, he'd be before Eisner, yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Bob, for some reason, I still think is his name too, but yeah. So I remember, but I could be wrong, but but anyway, moving on. Trippy Orcs sends in 10 Canadian dollars, and he says the new Disney series with Peltz seems interesting. This could be a show that turns Disney Plus around. You're right, Tripping Orc. This is definitely the kind of shit they need for Disney Plus.
Oh man,
We brought this up in joking and jest, I don't know how many times, about how, you know, the drama behind the scenes at Disney is infinitely more interesting than any of the shows they've put out. So
the only way this gets made into a series is if Peltz wins, and then everything turns around. Then all of a sudden they want to sprinkle some pixie dust over it, like they did with Saving Mr. Banks.
you're probably not wrong. Go ahead, Coach.
No, I just don't, like I said, I don't see Peltz giving up anytime soon. He will not be walking away. His case, as you showed on the website that he launched, isn't just about shareholder value, which, let me tell you, that under Iger's leadership, while he was quasi leading the company, even though Chapek's name was on the door in a place that wasn't even the primary office location. You had, you have the lack of dividend, the lack of growth, the lack of, forward moving strategy. I mean, honestly, I think outside of the streaming service, which I thought was I still think is just the worst thing to rely on. You're looking at a company that is essentially stagnated. And when it comes to that, stagnation is essentially decay when it comes to, people that are looking at it for that are analyzing the market conditions for the company. So I worded that very clumsily, but I think that,
yeah, you lost me, but I understand what you're not
no,
saying.
it's just without growth, you're stagnating. That's the whole point. And because there really hasn't been a plan for growth, and what has been done has not, increased shareholder value. That's why I think Peltz is going to succeed. And again, this is not a guy that's going to stop.
Yeah. Morgan King has been a member for 17 months at the minimum effort puppy level. Thank you for that, Morgan King. And then Warrior of Justice sends in $2 and says, remember, kids, always swing first.
Ooh.
Will Smith. That's right.
There
The Fresh Prince himself. And then we got Dash Attack, who says, better clean up fast. Just got blocked by Wikipedia over their pronoun virtue signaling. I know not Disney, but the mods are the Disney Sims. Okay. I wasn't going to necessarily talk about this because this is kind of a developing story still, I guess. But are you guys aware of what the hell's going on here over at Wikipedia?
I've only heard about some pronouns being added to articles, but that's about it.
Okay, yeah, I guess they took the character profiles and they started adding their pronouns.
No, they did not.
They did.
No, they did
and
not.
Just to freak some people out, they actually put like they, them, and they, him, and stuff on Luke. They made Anakin a she, her for a few minutes, I guess, and some other shit just to piss them. They're doing, and then if you say anything, they will block you instantly. So it's just been this same shit back and forth all day long.
Man, I remember when I had the Essential Guide to Droids back in the day, and it would literally say under C-3PO, masculine programming, or R2-D2, masculine programming, because they weren't going to call him a boy. Now, that would be the only instance where I could understand putting pronouns on there, but still, it's a culture war issue.
Yeah, it'd be like if Uncle Owen's sitting there, hey, you, come here. I want you to suck on my penis. I'm sorry, it's against my programming to impersonate a homosexual. Wait a minute. Am I homosexual? I forget.
Good Lord.
Good God.
Anyway.
Good God. Wow. What a show.
Joe.
I'm glad I raced to get into this stream.
That was amazing. That was good quality shit.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Come on, man. Joe Pat 87 says, and to think people out there hate Zaslav enough to call taking. Go ahead, Mike.
And to think people out there hate Zaslav enough to call taking stuff off HBO Max to license elsewhere disgusting. No, you.
Yeah, there's this campaign against Zaslav. Like, no matter what he does, it's wrong. It's racist. It's wrong.
Here's a tip for you. All that stuff, they just signed a license deal. It's going to be on Roku and Tubi for free with ads.
Yeah.
except for the really garbage stuff that even Roku and Tubi don't want to touch.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're gonna be able to watch Westworld. Yeah, that was a great story. It was a good story. Yeah. You got a video coming out that talks about that a little bit tomorrow, but mostly focused on, the fact that Warner Brothers is on a comeback tour, and they're doing rather well. So, yeah.
And then in this one, Amplify Create sent another one afterwards to clarify that he meant me. So when I read this, I will say it correctly. Amplify Create says, "Please be careful, Tom. The next creature to escape will be Madonna, and then we're all fucked." Oh Lord, you're right. Now, but she's like a mega beast, like
she's getting ready
Barbara
to go
Streisand 2.0.
She's going to go on tour here pretty soon, Tom.
Hey, Clobby's back. How you doing, Clobby?
Sorry, buddy.
No, don't be.
Next.
I was going to ask your normie take on all this business, but now we're on to super chats. So
That's cool. My normal take when it comes to that kind of stuff is always Mexican Iron Man is always right, except for he's talking about the Flash.
Except for when he talks about the Flash.
Wait, what? What the fuck was that?
I'm just saying.
Shots fired. We've been here like 11 minutes.
I don't know the connection here, Red Side, between Wayne's World and Westworld, other than the world part, but I'm with you. We also have joining us another money man, Mr. Valiant Renegade.
Hey, good evening, folks.
Hey,
he saw Jonas was on here. He's like, I suppose I better get on the show.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it was.
He's like, even though Mike and Tom are there, I'll go ahead and go there because Jonas is there, even though Mike and Tom are there.
Do I go? Yeah, Jonas is there.
Gotta make sure the kid doesn't embarrass you too much.
The one thing that went right today is like I got my phone lights up with a phone call with the caller ID says Jonas Campbell. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, I had a good little chat on the phone earlier, and then it's like everything else today. I was like, oh my god, one thing after another. So yeah, this has been a fun one, and there's a lot more to come. There's I've got to cut a video tonight for tomorrow about all this and some other stuff. Of course, we'll be talking a lot more about it Sunday with the earnings call preview on the live show. But yeah, this is getting kind of cuckoo.
Well, let's finish up these super chats here because this is what the audience is saying about it, and then let's get your take on it, Valiant, if you could. Mecha J says, I kind of wonder what Eisner thinks of the company now ever since Iger took his place. Well, the last time I think Eisner spoke out on it, I mean, I don't think he's ever been a real big fan of Iger taking over in the first place, was he?
No, because no,
he pushed his ass out.
Iger was run off. I mean,
so he's never said anything real great about it, from my recollection. So
I will throw in two things from this. From Right of a Lifetime, Iger had one of the few positive takes on Eisner that I've ever heard, and he defended most of his moves. Now, he did it in typical diplomatic Iger fashion. And then November 21st of last year, so like, a day after Chapek gets fired, Eisner tweets out, "Welcome back to Disney, Robert Iger." And that's about it.
Yeah.
And you can read into that whatever the hell you want, really. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Coach.
No, I was just saying he never really left. I mean, it's like, it honestly, I mean, there was always his little.
No, he's like a cancerous tumor that never went away. Exactly. It just kind of was in remission for a while, but it never really did go away. And then we got Warrior Justice, who says the only magic Disney will bring is the Magic Johnson kind. Love you. Oh no, that's AIDS. Wow. Mikey, Clobby, even Culture. You boys are the elves of YouTubers. Well, I know some of us will appreciate that. I know Mikey will not.
Oh.
Thank you.
Go elf.
Steven Lanudo says Tom needs to do a Bat Time clip where he's fighting a coked up Mikey at the end of Scarface with a ton of rounds in his chest.
Mickey, a coked up Mickey.
Oh, Mickey. Oh, yeah. Mickey, like Mickey Mouse. Well, it's a green
one. Okay.
I was wanting it to be you.
Why would we fight? We never fight.
I don't know. I was going to say, what the hell? But yeah.
Well, what would we fight about? Literally. Like, I can't even.
Hey, you got any more of that crack?
Okay.
You want to play rough? Let's play rough.
Oh, boy.
Say hello to my little friend.
My little friend is bigger.
Gosh. Oh, Lord. You guys, I tell you, that would be funny. And then we got Darius who sent us in a ice cream cone. So with that, Valiant, what's your take on all this Disney craziness? I don't know if you got to listen to any of what we were talking about before.
No, I actually just walked in the door a few minutes ago. But I know the article. Jonas and I, we were talking on the phone for about 15 minutes this morning about this article as he was putting it together. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of already have a gist of what we're doing here. But, yeah, I mean, look, Peltz is he had to make a decision, right? Peltz had to decide, do I want to run the gamut and try to put an entire board slate together and get proxies to vote for that and basically fire every existing board member? Or do I want to take the path of perhaps least resistance, target one particular board member, have every bit of effort that we can make thrown behind that to remove that board member and put me, Nelson Peltz, or perhaps his son, Matthew, into that board seat? So they targeted Michael Froman, who's been on the board of Disney since 2018. He's one of the, he hadn't been there terribly long, but about average at this point for their tenure. So we'll see how that works. The proxies went out today. There have been a plethora of SEC filings regarding the Walt Disney Company, many of them from Disney, many of them from Trian, which is Peltz's group. Been going through those as Jonas has done. And look, this is the earnings call is going to be one set of hilarity. And in the annual stockholders meeting in a month, that's where a lot more fireworks are going to line up, because that's where, they're going to have at that point, theoretically, they should have all the votes tallied and the results of this proxy battle come in. Now, will Nelson Peltz get a board seat? Of course, it's not guaranteed, even with all of his financial resources, to go into this proxy fight. But he's going to make a show one way or another. And he's probably, even if he doesn't win a board seat, he is probably going to still continue to make a lot of noise. It's probably only going to ramp up and get worse if he doesn't. So it's the old Darth, if you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine kind of thing. That's what I foresee going forward with this guy. And I've seen some folks comment, quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. I've even seen comments tonight in the chat, well, Disney stock is up substantially this year so far. Well, look, number one, the market as a whole, there's been a huge macroeconomic lift. I mean, we've got the NASDAQ up 15, 18% or so since the beginning of the year. The Dow Jones is up significantly since the beginning of the year. So there's a macro level lift going on right now. The rest of it, in terms of Disney overperforming that metric, a lot of that is fugazi, okay? And that is because, and this is my personal opinion, based in 20 years of experience in this industry, there was a lot of, lift when Iger was brought back in. And as I've said many times, Wall Street really does not understand how that company works and the internal machinations. All they see is the headlines, the high lines. They see the earnings and all this kind of stuff. And hey, Disney made money with Iger. Well, of course, you've got factions out there that are realizing that, Iger did some stupid stuff, like $71 billion stupid stuff, Fox. So that kind of thing. So right now what you're seeing is from the market is this exuberance of they made a big change, right? And that's going to be good. We got the old guy back. Things will get better. So there's a lot of the pricing on Disney right now is based on expectations that have yet to come to fruition, and they might never. We don't know. They might, but they might not. So you're at the point now where you're actually going to have to start proving yourself. So, and if they don't in the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to see that price start deflating again. When you look at, go ahead.
Simply stated, the market value of a company, the stock price of a company, is not based on the actual value of a company. It is based on the perceived value of the company.
That's it.
Right.
You have stuff
Yeah.
like Tesla that is always was until he got on the bad side of the press, perpetually overvalued, even to the point where Elon Musk would continuously state the stock price is too high.
Well, there's also a conversation happening on Wall Street in the financial sectors that we haven't talked about yet that I need to add to this conversation, which is that aside from this board of director stuff, there has been talk and there have been press releases. There's been stuff on CNBC. There's some stuff in some of the financial publications that's talked about how it is expected that there's going to be cost cutting similar to what Chapek would have done had Chapek been there. And Iger is expected to do that. And so there's conversations happening along those lines. And what's happening with the stock price, again, don't buy any stock based upon anything here at Midnight's Edge After Dark, because we're not a financial channel, waiver. But a lot of this anticipatory value is in anticipation of the earnings call that's going to come up that Valiant is going to cover live. We're doing that on the 8th, right? Is that the 8th?
Yeah, Wednesday, February 8th, 3:30 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time is when the earnings call launches. We'll probably start the stream at 3.
Yeah, these types of things are typical where it builds on what Jonas is talking about, that there's anticipatory value going in to what's going to be talked about. Valiant, you also did a video about what people can expect on your channel. So it'll be interesting to see what happens and what they announce, because the other thing is that Iger has a way of manipulating the stock price based upon anticipatory value. I mean, that's what Disney Plus is all about, was the anticipatory value, only to realize that the Disney Plus emperor had no close because it's been a money-losing venture, and it hasn't been a popular venture.
It's worse than that. I'd say it's been a money pit, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look, by comparison, think about Netflix or Facebook or anything else. Netflix, let's take that in particular as a streaming company. You want to talk about overinflated. I mean, when Netflix was trading at $600 a share or whatever it was, and it peaked, might have been higher. I don't remember right now. But same thing. And Netflix, and I made the comment last year when all this was going on, if you had to pick between, two equities to purchase, Netflix or Disney, right around the same time in, say, late 2021 or late 2020, early mid 2021, I mean, you would have rather at this point have had Disney, because Netflix got, vastly more slaughtered than Disney did. And it was because of the exuberance for the almighty subscriber numbers, right? They were never looking at value. They were never looking at profitability. And when I say they, I mean the analysts. That's turned. I predicted that turn was going to happen about 6 months, 8 months before it did. And we're finally now at the point where the analysts are like, oh, well, these things actually got to make money. I mean, Peacock, Comcast, which we covered the earnings call last week, about $1 billion loss, $920 million, I think was the actual figure, but almost $1 billion loss for their streaming service. And people are starting to realize that, oh, wait. And then Comcast is guiding towards peak losses for the streaming service are yet to come. They're going to come this year. So when you start looking at what everybody else is reporting, these streaming services, and of course Peacock has less than half the number of subscribers that Disney Plus does in the U.S. and Canada, it's like, but we fired Bob Chapek because of the streaming losses that peaked at 1.5, and now Peacock's going to do the same thing. Paramount Plus, I guarantee, is going to do the same thing. They're all going to. It's Fugazi. It's all bullshit. It's just ridiculous. And it's like it was so predictable that at some point, the market and the media are always so far behind the curve. It's ridiculous, and they're going to catch up. Well, guess what? They're starting to catch up.
And you know what? To add to your Peacock statement there, they actually have elected to remove the opportunity to receive free streaming. Now, you can no longer sign up. They no longer have a free streaming tier. It is now $4.99 a month for the ad streaming tier.
Yeah, strategic decision for them, and probably what I suspect that they will do.
And I'll be honest with you, Yellowstone makes it worth that. Hands fucking down.
It does. And they know it.
Don't even get me started on Yellowstone. I got a bone to pick with you, Tom.
Uh-oh.
Well, but here's the thing. You realize they don't have Yellowstone anymore.
They don't own it.
No,
but it's still on there. That's how
The
I
first
watched
the
it.
first 4 seasons are.
I know. Yeah.
The new season is all Paramount now. It's back to
Well,
Paramount.
it's still not on
really?
Paramount yet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it is.
I had to fucking buy it. No, it's not.
It's a
I had to
Paramount.
fucking buy it.
Season 5 is on the Paramount Network.
No, it ain't.
The
Wait,
new
is it a-
season.
Is it on the Paramount Network app or is it on Paramount
It's not on
Plus?
Paramount Plus. That's what I meant. Yeah,
no.
sorry.
It's not on Paramount Plus. It's
Yeah,
on the,
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
on-
I had to fucking buy it. So
It's on the linear broadcast. So like when I watch, when I binged,
I spent
seasons
as
1 through
much
4
for
of
my-
Yellowstone. I was on Peacock, but
Let me
then
put it to you
season
this way.
5, I was doing it on my my Spectrum cable service, which was coming through the Paramount Network, their linear broadcast version of Paramount Plus. They have not yet put it on Paramount Plus.
If it goes like the other seasons, that's going to end up on Peacock after the season is done, right?
No.
It's an absolute mess, whatever it's been in the past. So if they've straightened it out, that's great.
that's the thing is I don't know either because all the spin-offs are on Paramount Plus.
Yes.
But
okay.
So I don't know about the 5th season where that'll drop, but it's still the only way you can get it right now. And this is what I was saying. I had to spend like $25 just to get the part 1 of season 5. I spent that almost on my whole year of Peacock because I got that deal with Halloween where I got it for like cheaper than $5 a month or whatever. But
who's your service provider? Do you have cable, satellite, or do you not have any of those?
fuck, I don't have any of that shit. I ain't had cable in like 20 years.
All right, so here's the quick story behind Yellowstone. So Yellowstone was a show that was created and produced by CBS Viacom Studios, right? That was made by Paramount, but it was sold, as CBS does with many of their properties, to another network, right? They make it and they sell it for a profit immediately. When they realized what they had and the massive financial rewards that NBC was reaping from broadcasting the show, Paramount said, well, as soon as we can get out of this contract, we're gonna. And they did. So they had a contract, it seems like, for the first 4 seasons, for 4-season order. But then once they realized how big it was, that's why they have now brought it back, quote unquote, home to the Paramount Network, not Paramount Plus. Now, to give you an idea, CBS does this. The biggest shows on linear television that are not live sports are all made by CBS. When you go look at the Nielsen ratings that come out every week on a Thursday, skip past the streaming section, go look at the linear broadcast. Guess what the top ones are? It's still Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune and Judge Judy and all this. They're all made by CBS Ventures. They're all made by Paramount. They're just syndicated out. So they brought Yellowstone back, and the reason why the prequels, while Yellowstone season 3 and 4 or whatever it was still on Peacock and NBC and Comcast, they went back and they said, well, we got to make prequels. We've given the rights away for Yellowstone for the first 4 seasons to NBC and Comcast, but we can still make Yellowstone-based material. We can still make 1883 and 1923. Those will be exclusive to Paramount Plus because we still have Taylor Sheridan. That's why it is what it is. And now season 5 is back home, quote unquote, at Paramount.
Yeah, so I have no idea what's going on with the 5th season. I just know I had to buy it. And I know the rest of it isn't coming out to this summer, and I'm still waiting for the rest of 1923. And these bastards better hurry up. And speaking of hurrying up, Jonas has to leave us here soon. So Jonas, you got kind of thrown to the wolves this time because we were actually in the midst of things when you showed up. But I normally like to give everybody a few minutes to kind of, when they first get on one of our streams, to kind of tell everybody who they are, where you come from, because I'm sure there's quite a few people in the chat who, I mean, I did at least tell them who you are as far as the writing of the article, so they know you come from that park place and stuff like that. But is there other things that you do? You have a YouTube channel? Anything you want to talk about that you have out there that we may not have mentioned or anything like that?
Well, thank you, first of all, for having me on. I just happened to be at a moment that I could join. I hate that I have to run, but you're going to be in capable hands, more capable hands than mine as far as analysis of the pelt situation with Mike.
Yeah,
and
Valiant gives great hand jobs.
So my channel, I released my second video yesterday. It's everything woke about the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, season 1. It's the Jonas J. Campbell YouTube channel. I am on Twitter under that same name, Jonas J. Campbell, and I write for that park place. So thank you very much for having me on. I will look forward to listening to everything you say about me after I get off.
Indeed. And before you leave, can I say this, Jonas? That video was brilliant. I laughed my butt off. Well done.
Oh, thank you so much. I've been arguing with angry commenters about the definition of woke all day.
Yeah.
Jonas knows how
thank
to
you
YouTube.
thank you for taking the time to hop in with us. And it was just happened to be that we were talking about your article, and yeah, we needed a professional to help us out with that. But yeah, we got
Yes, you
Valiant
do
and
need
Culture here
professional
now,
help.
so
That's for sure.
I need professional help. I do need it
All right.
badly.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Take care of yourself.
See you later.
Good
Hi,
talking to
thank
you.
you.
See you, Jonas.
All right, let's see what we got in the super chat arena. We've got a super sticker from Darius. Let's see. I didn't catch what it was. It is a super sticker.
The super sticker.
It's just a super sticker. I don't know.
It is a poopy emoji.
Oh no, that's the ice cream cone.
Oh no,
We
wait,
already
I got the wrong one. That's ice cream cone.
This is the pooper sticker
That's
right
the
here,
poopy
Mr.
sticker.
Buttcrack Media.
Right.
There we go.
And we've got a couple of member chats.
Didn't Buttcrack send us 2? I see 2 at the top here. Let's say he sent us 2.
Very, very generous, Mr.
Yes,
Buttcrack
yes,
Media.
yes. Yeah, that's why I got confused, because his first one was a poopy
Yes,
for 99
okay.
cents. And then he did another one for a 99. Yeah, there are 2 of them. It's a poopy doopy. No, wait. I'm confused. Let's do the member chats too.
Okay, we also, I think I read this one already, but we got, or no, we didn't. D-Bud Martin, who sent in a member chat and says, Tom, still waiting for that elf emoji. I know, I told her, Andre. We'll get on that. Culture, we got to get on that.
No, blah, blah, blah. Next topic.
Okay, so
Wait a minute, what are you doing,
Blah,
Mike?
blah, 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 blah.
He was watching porn a second ago,
Blah,
kinda-
blah,
and he
blah.
changed his screen.
what kind of thing am I doing? I'm doing an alpha emoji.
I'm trying to distract us. Could you tell?
Let me find alpha.
Yeah, we need an elf emoji. And we need a Fanta emoji, that Fanta emoji.
I sent the Fanta to
Did
you.
he fix it?
Who?
I don't
And Mr. Buttcrack Media once again with his generosity and the membership gifting.
Okay,
Oh,
that's what it
thank
must
you.
have been for then. Okay, I knew he sent 2 things in. That's what it was then.
I want
Thank you,
Fanta.
Mr.
It
Buttcrack.
just
you,
happened.
Valiant.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I think he when we launched channel memberships on Valiant Renegade this past Sunday, I think Buttcrack, I think he gifted like 20.
Oh wow,
Oh yeah, I mean, I was like, he was like,
off
you
the
know,
chain.
making it
oh,
rain.
yeah, he was just dude's awesome, and we so much appreciate him and his support, and great dude.
Yes, we appreciate that a lot. So yeah, we're caught up then on the super chat side of things and the membership chat, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, what do you guys want to talk about other than the Disney business? Was there more interesting tidbits on that culture or Valiant that you wanted to share with us that we may have overlooked with Jonas here, or have we pretty much got the gist of it?
I just think that it's great that the Sausage King is the one under fire here from Chicago.
I thought about that joke earlier, using it in the video. I got to go cut in a minute. You're Abe Froman,
Abe
the
Froman.
Sausage King of Chicago. Yes, that's me.
Whoa.
Just need Ferris
We
Bueller
really
to
got to
serve-
do that.
Yeah.
We got to do that Taylor Sheridan's Jellystone yet, you guys. You know that, right?
I know. I told
yeah.
you I'm in. I'm in. For
Dude,
it.
all right, so
Hey,
Tom,
boo-boo.
so you told
So
me
what's this bone? Yeah, what's this bone about?
So you know me so well. You said, Mike, you really should go get. So guess what I did? So between all of my driving around California, I've been trying to tell you this for a week and a half. It just hasn't come up yet. And flying back, I bought and downloaded all the episodes to my phone. I am now on I just started season 5. I am so fucking addicted to this shit. I don't even know how to breathe.
Wait, what? Yellowstone?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I could have told. I have
seen 4 seasons in about 12 days, like between driving all over California, getting on a plane, flying across the country, waiting in the airports. I'm at season 5, part 1 of season 5, episode 3.
And you know what? I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm proud of this. My favorite character is Beth. I love Beth.
She is basically the show. Like, I'm watching the show and I realize she's the main character, basically, even though, yeah, Kevin Costner's the star.
Yeah.
But Beth is basically the hero we're following through the show. A faulty hero, but still the hero we're following through the
I mean,
show.
you think just not even
Yeah.
well, no, I guess a little over 10 years ago now, she showed up as a small supporting role in Sherlock Holmes with Jude Law and RDJ. And look at her now.
So did you go back and watch the first 4 episodes like I told you to, Mikey?
Yep, I did. Me and Mom did exactly what you told us to. We watched the first 4 of those episodes, and then I next thing I know, I kept going, and then I had to start driving all over California for what it was a week and a half. I was driving all over the state, and I downloaded them on my phone, so I had them on my dashboard. I got a little thingy to stick the phone on a little thing that stuck to the windshield, so right where the rear view mirror was, and I was watching them as I was driving all over the state.
You know what's hilarious about this show?
I fucking addicted, like, dude, I'm addicted to this like I was Battlestar Galactica.
This is everything that the Wokey Wokes fucking hate.
Oh, yes, it is.
Hate
It's the
with a
biggest
passion.
show. It's the biggest
And it's
show on
the
television.
biggest fucking show on television.
You know, Jamie. You know the brother Jamie. If
Yeah.
Jamie was in real life, you know he would have like multiple OnlyFans accounts and be like the simp. Jamie would be the beta ass simp. Watch sending money to all the OnlyFans chicks.
Well, I don't want to give too much away for nobody's seen it, but that's really what it is. It's Jamie and Beth are basically they're the two lead villain and hero of the show.
Yeah.
Through the grand scheme of it all.
And I can't
And,
think of the
yeah.
actor's name that plays Jamie, but I mean, it's I kind of feel
Oh, he's a
bad for him.
Weasley little shit.
Well, I feel bad for him in real life because he's always typecast as this type, but he's so good at it. I mean, think back. He was Seneca Crane from the first Hunger Games movie. He was the game maker in the first Hunger Games. You know, with the beard and the mustache, the weird. Yeah. So, but I mean, he's kind of always typecast as that weasel villain, but he's so good at it.
You know, Queen Elizabeth, you're not wrong. It is meant, though. It is a soap opera. It's Dallas meets Bonanza. It's exactly what we needed right now. Right?
Yeah.
It is so melodramatic. It is so over the top in certain things. And you know what? Tons of shit happens. I can actually kind of remember where certain moments are in seasons now compared to some of these other shows we talk about because so much happens, right? And it was finally dawned on me, too, while I was watching this new season 5. I'm like, they're padding this a bit because they know they got another 6 episodes on the other end of this. But I'm like, you know, up to this point, though, like the show has been so tight with the writing. Not that season 5 is bad. It's just that it's not as tight as the other seasons were as far as it's a little looser. But outside of that, like I love the drama aspect of it. That so much happens. I'm so sick and tired of waiting for little nuggets of shit to happen in some of these shows that we watch all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That this is finally it's so satisfying in that respect. And 1883, my God, was that even more addictive?
Wait, you already saw that?
Yes, it's Oregon Trail, the show.
I look 1883.
I want a video game of that now.
This is Godfather. This is the Godfather. It's exactly what you said.
Yes, this is Godfather on a ranch. Yeah.
The way you sold me is when you told me it was Godfather on a ranch, and I'm like, wait, what? Because me, you know me, I love me some Godfather, including Godfather 3. God bless Polly for having bad taste and not knowing what good movie is, such as Godfather 3. Sorry, Polly. Hope you're listening. You see how I did a little side shot at him, Tom? See that?
I saw that.
Fucking Latino.
Or heard
slang.
it.
Likes Indian Punjabi movies, wears a Punjabi mustache, but doesn't like my Godfather 3. Oh my God. Anyway, I love you.
Well, no,
Polly.
in the simplest of
Lord.
terms, you know, Costner's Brando.
Right.
Jamie is basically Tom Hagen.
Right.
And also he's also not just Tom Hagen though, but he's also
He's Fredo.
He's
No, yeah,
Fredo and
he's
Tom
Fredo,
Hagen.
yeah.
He's both.
Fredo.
He starts off as Tom Hagen and then he becomes Fredo.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, you know, it's kind of the same thing with Beth. She's at first kind of Connie and then quickly becomes
Sonny.
like Sonny.
No, she's
And then-
Sonny.
Yeah,
So
she's Sonny.
Sonny and becomes Michael.
In a way, she's part Michael, and then you
Part
also
Connie.
have and then you also have the other brother who's also kind of part Casey, who's part
Casey's
Part.
Connie.
Well, yeah, Luke Grimes.
Eh.
I love Luke Grimes' performance. I love everybody's performance. I don't think there's a bad cast member on the show. I mean, even right down to the dummy that works on the ranch, not Jesse. Oh frick.
Tip.
No.
Chip. Rip.
Are you talking about the
Rip.
old?
No, not Rip, the kid.
The old. Are you
The
talking about
kid-
the new kid or the one that was the smack head that they ended up sending to the 460s?
Yes, him.
Oh, okay,
why-
yeah.
why did
his
you blank
name
out
is
his name?
Sonny.
It's not Jamie. It's something close.
Jimmy,
to
it
that,
is
though.
Jimmy. Thank you. I was like,
it's
kept thinking
Jimmy.
Jesse. Jimmy. I kept thinking Jesse.
Because the first
thinking
few
of-
episodes, I'm like, are they both named Jamie? And then I realized they're finally calling him Jimmy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Jimmy. Yeah.
And he's one of the least of the characters on the show, but like, yeah.
But every moment he has on screen is entertaining. And this is what it's like. I miss this about television, about movies, to where everybody that's on screen carries their weight, right? No matter how big or small the role is, they're intriguing. The characters are intriguing. The performances are solid. And it's just one of the most solid shows I've watched out there. Not to say that there aren't any others, but it's just so fun. And Kevin Costner he's a great link between everybody. I mean, it's just everything fits in the show so well, it's disgusting.
You can tell he's having the time of his fucking life.
Oh, yes, he is.
Brian, I've been kind of like, I've never hated Kevin Costner, but I've never like loved Kevin Costner. Like,
Shit, I've never liked Kevin Costner in damn near nothing. Not Dances with
But you
Wolves,
can tell he is having the time of his life here, and it's seething through the show into the point where he's slowly becoming now one of my favorites. Like,
he was born for this role. Period.
Sorry, what were you going to say, Mikey?
The only time I liked him was in that baseball movie he did.
Yeah, spoiler alert, guys. No shit, sorry.
Only thing I ever liked him in was Untouchables. I really didn't like him much after that.
What the fuck is this? Why we're in the middle of having a good show? Look, we're in the middle.
That's Kevin Costner's next role.
You suck that Alf.
Told me to work on
Alpha
an
from
Alpha.
another planet.
Yeah, my boss told me that I had to work on an emoji, and so I whipped this up real quick for you, Mikey. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Let's give the people what they want. You know what? I don't like this guy. I don't want to see him around the show no more. I'm in the middle talking about my Yellowstone and talking about Disney and shareholder proxy battles.
He's going to eat your cat.
Well, that's
You know what? I don't love you people no more.
All right. Well, I like you said, this is now on the way. Do I have approval for this, Tom? Because I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to Andre or me.
What?
Yeah.
Sending it to you.
What's that? I get a vote. I veto. Hello?
Too late. We already got 2 votes.
Wait. No. Wait. What happened here? Well, there wasn't even an election.
Today, you're skeleton.
What?
God.
You're like, what? What happened? You voted with. Oh, we gotta do this. Never mind. Sorry, it doesn't sound right without it. You voted without me, you bumbling boobs. I am the vote that matters. That's what you sound like right now, Mike.
Nice.
You know what? I'm gonna find some additional votes and fortify this election by tomorrow morning. You watch.
Fools! I'm surrounded by fools.
I'm gonna get the results I deserve.
Talking about finding votes and fortifying elections. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Joe Biden to the stream.
Which
What's the stream?
Skeletor?
What is the stream?
What's a stream?
Is that the thing that comes out when I pee?
I used to go play in the stream, and the little black kids would come up and they would grab my legs and they would put my hair down because it was like yellow and in the sun. And I like ice cream.
Yeah. You smell good.
You smell good. And all the women in my office are they're half women.
Let me tell you about corn pop.
Come on, man.
What?
Oh my God! All right, gentlemen, I do have to get running.
We'll stop. Yes, thank you so much for being here, Valiant.
Make us some videos.
You got anything coming up real quick that you want to plug at all or anything?
Tomorrow morning I'm gonna have a video before Midnight's Edge in the morning launches, probably around 9 a.m. Central, which would be 10
Are you gonna
Eastern.
watch Sylvester Stallone's reality show on Paramount Plus?
Wait, which one is that?
Hey yo, I got a reality show coming on Paramount Plus. You're not gonna watch it?
I don't
Really?
know about it.
You should watch it. We
What's
got
it
a
called?
teaser trailer already.
Oh God,
You didn't see this?
I didn't see this.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Sylvester Stallone, reality show confirmed. Teaser trailer released. Here
I
we
love it.
go.
I'm in. I mean,
We're
this
already
is real.
sold.
I thought you were going to show me a parody video you made
No,
before
I'm
MEAD
fucking
started.
Over
serious.
Kardashians,
That's what I
Sylvester
thought.
Stallone and his family
Well,
are
I don't know where
officially
the teaser
getting a
trailer
reality
is, but-
TV show. The Paramount Plus
There we go.
project, titled The Family Stallone, will be a
The Family
docuseries
Stallone.
about the iconic action star, his wife Jennifer, and daughters Sophia, Sistine, and Scarlett. The description of the 8-episode series reads,
Look at all my
Stallone is
beautiful
ready to give
daughters, but
cameras
don't look too
access to
hot,
what
you
he
know
would
what I
consider
mean?
the greatest role of his lifetime, Dad. This new series, starring Stallone's 3 daughters, wife, and himself, offers a seat at the table of one of Hollywood's most famous families.
Which is the
a Paramount
wife?
Plus spot set to air during the big game teases the Tulsa King stars reality
Oh, we're getting an
debut.
ad during the Super Bowl.
Hey, how you doing?
Cliffhanger.
Oh my
Oh my God.
Stallone recently
Hey, how you
defended
doing?
the idea of doing a reality show during a cover story interview with The Hollywood Reporter. He said, "I thought the reality show would be the ultimate home movie. This
I
is
still
a
don't know
chance
which
where
one
I'm
the wife
going
is."
to be with my kids under a work condition where they get to see me in action, and I get to see them in action. What you will see is the real truth."
That's the
He
plan.
continued, "This is a great opportunity. I don't look at it as stooping to conquer, but each time you go in a different direction, people go, 'Oh God, you must be in financial trouble.' Just the opposite." The Family Stallone will premiere this spring. For more on this story and the latest news,
You don't need the money. Look, hey, Stallone's just one of those guys that's still out there.
Just for fun.
Yeah, I think he just loves this. He absolutely loves this. God, I'm looking forward to this. I didn't know anything about it. I cannot wait. I'm gonna be
I
there
knew I
day
had
one.
to ask you about it, yeah. But I love,
Oh, yeah.
I love Clobby. You can't tell which one's the
Like I'm
line.
already pissed
can't
off. I
tell,
gotta
man.
wait. I gotta wait this long for season 2 of Tulsa King. I'm already pissed. I gotta wait on that.
Right?
Yeah. So
that's over. Yeah. And then, yeah.
Oh, it's a great show if you haven't
they
seen it,
binged-
Clobby.
Yeah, they dropped it all at once, right? Oh, okay, I got you.
No, they didn't actually, but
No,
it's
no.
now all 10 episodes or 9 episodes are out. So for the first
Oh, I hear
season.
it's good. Yeah.
yeah. Final thought before I have to head out is I still, after all this discussion, I will never understand how Paramount can make this much amazing television and then fuck up Star Trek. See you later.
It's very easy. The answer is Alex
Jar Jar
fucking
Abrams.
Kurtzman.
Well, it's all
And
comes
Jar
from
Jar
Abrams.
Abrams.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
hired them all.
I hate to have to bail on the heel of the great VR,
Yeah,
but I
you
have
do.
to bail. I have to bail.
See, he only stayed here as long as Jonas was here.
Well, bye.
It
Okay.
had nothing to do with any of that. I was here
Okay,
before
I'm used to not
yesterday.
being. I'm used to not streaming with you unless it's the morning show. It's okay. I'm okay.
All right.
That was my cry for emotionally needy culture. You missed it.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you need now?
You know what? Never mind.
No,
I need you to not do an alpha emoji. You know what? Go do. Focus on your work.
Dearest says we're really selling him on the remake of the new Dukes of Hazzard. Actually, it's more like a remake of Dallas.
Mike, how can I help you? What is it that I am not doing for you right now?
You are not doing.
Thank you, dearest.
Alpha emojis. Thank you, dearest.
I
Iris.
already did the alpha emoji. I thought that was brilliant.
Well,
Didn't I
undo
a good
it
job?
somehow. Make it happen.
And before you go, Action
Are you
Com
doing it?
says, how about that Rianne Johnson Poker Face series? Ellen Barkin is looking sane. Well, Ellen Barkin's all right in it, but I'm worried about the people behind it. And what's her face? The main chick is kind of looking worse for wear too.
Barkin's one of those ladies that doesn't look her age.
Nah.
Hmm.
I've seen the trailers for it. I'm not interested. What about you guys? Anybody?
Nope.
No. It's Rian Johnson,
All right.
right? There you go, right there.
Rianne
Deal
Johnson.
killer.
There's your answer.
Deal
Yeah.
killer.
That's a boner
Psycho
killer.
Kids must stay. I gotta go. I had a
Culture
video-
has to run away.
Yeah, for whatever reason, one of my videos I recorded today got corrupted, so I have to re-record a video that I was brilliant at. And I
Of
don't
course,
have
it's the best video you ever made that'll never see the light of day, right?
Yeah, it's very disappointing.
And we'll never get the feeling back.
No, I can't fight this feeling any longer.
If we had Taylor Sheridan writing Star Trek, it'd be something. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna go. Bye, all. Love you.
I don't know if it'd be good
well-
though. Take care.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it would be good, but it would be probably better than the trash.
I bet you
now.
Shatner would love making a series with him because it'd be a Western. Shatner loves his horses.
He does. Maybe they'll put him on with this Yellowstone thing.
That'd be nice.
Do they have a Scott Wright type character on there or no?
Not really, but I'm sure he could fit in. He could fit in perfectly as like an older brother of like Costner or something like that. But that character I don't think is ever.
I wouldn't think he would
introduced,
play
so.
Hoss. I just think you said Bonanza.
No,
earlier.
but,
You'd go
like, yeah.
Bonanza, so yeah.
It's kind
Well,
of
I
a
just meant
toss
like the-
between Bonanza, Big Valley, Tombstone, and The
High
Godfather.
Chaparral.
Yeah. No, that's the thing is they've already kind of established the family, so you can't really make him a family member. But like he'd be cool. Oh, you know what he could be is like because they do like a lot of horse stuff on there. Like he could be a big horse ranch owner where they buy horses from or something.
Cameo
like,
at least. Huh?
Yeah, cameo episode. I can see him doing that.
It could be Denny Crane in his retirement. He could
shit with as much horses and stuff is on there. He could almost play himself with as much horse stuff as he does. You know what I mean? There's a way they could maybe even. I don't know if you've ever seen the show, Clobby. That's why
no, I haven't seen it.
I noticed you were quiet during the conversation. So
I have not. I have no way to watch it, but if I ever come across it when it comes on one of those things, I will watch it.
Yeah, it's on Peacock right now. And then
Like
the spin-offs are on Paramount Plus. So like, yeah, it's kind of one of those shows that's difficult to watch, but
to find and get a hold of. Yeah.
Yeah, Tiger Valley 62 says don't know. Well, if you got regular TV, it's on Paramount Network or whatever. But yeah, Tiger Valley 62 says don't know how. Go ahead, Mike. Read this one, please.
Tiger Valley 62 with a $35. What's a czar?
I don't know.
That's South African rands.
Yes,
South African rands. Ooh, 34. Ooh, that's fancy pants money. Tiger Valley 62 says, don't know how you guys find time to watch so quickly. Started Yellowstone a month ago, and I'm only at the end of season 2, my new favorite show. Well, funny you should say that, Tiger Valley, because when you're driving on the I-5 for 8 to 10 hours, and you're driving from San Diego to San Jose, California, for 8 to 10 hours straight, you can get in 6 or 7 episodes, even if
driving.
Yeah, driving.
You don't need to be looking at TV when you're driving, young man.
Well, I did. I got so hooked on that. Look, so Tom will tell you. It was the night of Midnight Edge. Remember? I think I called you.
Yeah.
It was Thursday. I said, you said, watch it. You and your mom will like it. I'm like, okay. So me and my mom turned it on with my brother, and we started at episode 5 or 6. And
that's what it reminded me of his old school, like Sunday night television with the fam.
Start over with your mom from 104. And I'm like, okay, we did. And then I had to drive to LA
you have to see those first 4 episodes because there's so much shit in there.
Oh my God, you were so right. I would have been fucking lost. Thank God you told me something. Anyway, so that's how I did it. And then I flew across the country. That was it. And then I drove back. That was another 8 to 10 hours. And then a few nights here and there, and other traffic along the way. But yes, I have been not driving safely. I probably could have gotten in a dozen car wrecks watching Yellowstone.
Wow. My goodness.
No, altogether, I mean, I started watching it a little bit before I even said anything, probably, but like altogether, it might took me a little bit over a month to watch it all together at this point. But I added it, like, I would stay up way too late to watch like 1923 and 18.
Anytime I binge anything, it always goes by so fast. And like 2 weeks later, I'm like, did I just watch 5 seasons of something? Wow.
I know, right? Well, that was kind of what it was like with those ones. And then on the morning show, that's the mornings where it's like, good morning, welcome to the morning show.
I've done that with some shows recently that, it didn't take long. If it's 4 or 5 seasons,
I couldn't get Peacock to work on my fucking phone. I couldn't get Paramount Plus to work on my fucking phone.
Well, Dr. Coffinails brings this up, and actually we addressed this earlier. Peacock, at least it was free with ads before. I don't know what tier exactly it was.
I ended up buying everything on Amazon.
But now they've changed that. Now Peacock is not free anymore. So I guess that has changed. But it's probably, I think if you get it in a sale, you can get it for fairly cheap for all 4.5 seasons or whatever's out.
I don't know. I think I paid 10 or 15 or 20 bucks a season. I didn't care.
That's not bad.
And I didn't care. Dude, I felt like I felt like I was like, you ever see those like Breaking Bad episodes where they want the crack or the heroin or whatever? dude, after each episode of Yellowstone, then the season ended, I felt like I was like,
right?
I need another shot or something.
Especially at the end of season 3, you're like, fuck!
Yep.
Because that's the big, like, whoa, shit moment, like, just at the end there, and then you're leading into season 4, and you're like, I gotta get to this. Like, what the hell's going on? No, and then I'd say between season 3 and 4 are probably the two. I don't know, those first 2 seasons are damn good, too. That's the problem, is they're all so good for their own reasons. But anyway, we went on way longer on Yellowstone than I think we had anticipated, and Clobby's just like, yep, I got nothing to add to this shit.
I'm sorry.
No. I feel bad for you.
I just like hanging with you guys, man. I'm just here for you. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I'm here to make sure that the Alf stuff doesn't get out of control and there's no flash talk.
And don't worry, Lance Corporal. I'm not going to try and give away too many.
Oh
spoilers.
no, we won't do any spoilers on this show.
No, the end of season 3 though. It's a banger.
He's on episode 8.
He's right just before.
Oh, Lance, I would do anything to go back and go from
where you are at right now. Yeah,
episode 5 of season 3 into season 4. I would be. Oh, that's the cusp. Right there.
But yeah, so let's wrap this up. What do you guys think? I think we did all right.
Sure.
In a little over an hour. I mean, there's not much else to talk about other than. I mean, I guess we could address Wikipedia's bullshit, but who cares?
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, to the fans watching us, all 500 of you out there, stay tuned on Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark, because it is going to heat up at Disney. I think there's going to be because here's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening now is that it is fair to say anyone that doubted that there's a war inside of Disney is wrong. There is a war, and now it is spilled out into the public. It's spilled out into the Hollywood entertainment press. It has been in the financial press, and now everything that we are seeing on the outside, it is 10 to 30 times worse on the inside. So the people of you who are watching the show, those of you that are Marvel fans, those of you that love the Fox properties, those of you that are Lucasfilm devotees, those of you that are theme park people, those of you that are more like hospitality and you do the family vacations, the cruises and all that, it is going to get real interesting real fast, because alliances people are taking sides inside the company as well. And now it is literally Game of Thrones, and we're leading up to where there's going to be a war for Westeros.
Yeah, I think so. Clobby, you got any shows you want to plug coming up at all?
Well, in about an hour and a half, the clubhouse is in session with my wonderful first officer, R.M. Briggs, Raquel Briggs, and Mark D. with the C, our good buddy, the chief engineer. So we've got Clobby's Clubhouse coming up at 9 Central, and then tomorrow night I'll be over at my good buddy Dadman Walking's channel talking NFL playoffs and Super Bowl at 7 Central, 7 Eastern. And then, of course, Nick and the gang, the comic shop, on his channel, my good buddy Nick Weiser's channel, 8:30 tomorrow night, Friday night. Yes, indeed, the comic shop channel. And then Saturday night, Star Trek, 9 Central. On we'll be here. We're reviewing. We're in the last episode of season 4 of Deep Space Nine, and our ongoing quest to review all of Trek. So, real Trek.
Excellent. And Mike, Mexican Iron Man, the YouTuber of YouTubers.
What? No.
What? No. What?
No,
do you have any more videos? I saw you put up some other videos about gifts.
Well, I'm not a YouTuber, though. We've discussed this at length. I'm a YouTube fan and supporter. I am a YouTube wait, that sounds sexual, like groinal. I'm a supporter.
And we spoke about it at length.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Tomorrow, Tom will be hosting. Is Andre on deck tomorrow?
I think he's back.
Oh, I hope so, because I'm out tomorrow. I got to go.
But I'll double check with him. But yeah. Right. And with that, Bean, taco flavored kisses, Bean.
Muchísimas gracias por venir. Nos vemos hasta la próxima vez. There you go. From Mexican Iron Man to you. And with that,
I got molested in the little boy's room.